Good evening, one and all. It's Wednesday, it's the middle of the week. It's time for us to be jumping in to some more good old Warframe. Welcome on in, everybody. Hope you're doing well where you are around the world. And Trep and Primed, if you are still here, I do certainly hope that you are. You might need to refresh, but all the same. It looks like one of the mods finger slipped whilst they were basically setting up to watch the stream. That ban was unintentional. You are still welcome. I don't know what the hell happened there. I don't think they do either. So, yeah, sorry about that. But anyway, welcome on in, everyone. And Mirrorlabe, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs straight out to the community as well there. I really do appreciate that. Let's see here. So that has gone out to Alkari, to Ricky26K, to Nitius490, to Hatari Hell, and to Kelifin. Mirrorlabe, thank you very much on the continued support there. Appreciate it. So who didn't claim the thing again? The person who won last time. They unfortunately have also now made themselves aware of that fact. They realised as soon as the announcement went out that it's been redrawn that they were the person who was supposed to claim it. Esprit, thanks for the 100 bits and making an absolute mess of the screen. Cheers, Esprit. I wondered when someone was going to use that. Really did wonder. Yes, indeed. You can fiddle with emotes and all kinds of other bits and pieces with, well, bits. It's a thing Twitch added not too long ago. Some streamers set that 100-bit one to like 10,000 bits. Don't know why they're so scared of some emotes. Really don't know. You always notice new buttons? Then clearly you've not been here for a while, Esprit. Clearly you've not been here a while. Anyway, yeah, the person who did not claim the Tenacon Digital Pack on Sunday has got back to me just after I announced that it's going to be re-rolled, and they let me know that they were on holiday. Now look, I understand. I absolutely understand. But there are also no take-backsies on that. If it gets so far past the 24-hour claim window that I'm putting it up as a re-roll, it's gone. So if you are entering into a giveaway, double check. Double check. Dark Wolf Seal saying just subbed, and as per usual, Twitch is going to be late on it. Fair enough, Dark. I mean, if you've subbed ahead of your resub time, it might be because of that. Or maybe you need to, I don't know, send through the share your sub in the chat. I'll be honest, Twitch just breaks in all kinds of ways. It banned someone a moment ago because Zom plugged in their headphones. I don't think Twitch even knows what Twitch is doing at this point, quite frankly. So yeah. There they are. Hello, Darth. Welcome on in. I wasn't going to name names, but if you're going to say it outright, yep. Anywho. And Fox Hunter with the hydrate. Plenty of water because it is sweltering today in here. Cheers. Why did Twitch log you out 2 times?
I speak monotone, so I cannot make a party noisemaker sound to celebrate. Regardless, thank you for the damage video.
Thank you very much, Ray, for the Tier 3 resubscription there at 27 months. So not only is it a Tier 3 subscription, that is 3 to the 3 months of support at Tier 3. 3 to 3 months of Tier 3 support from the Triple Trinity supporter. It's all the 3s today, Ray. It is absolutely all the 3s. And you're very welcome on the video. Cheers indeed. Need to get AC? Yeah, the landlord does not have AC in his property. I also live in the UK, which, you know, is not very well known for having lots and lots of AC in housing. As and when I get a house of my own, that is something I intend to resolve. Because it's necessary. But for now, no AC. There is a fan that is exceptionally loud and therefore has to be a bit further away from the room than I would like, because otherwise all you'll hear is just coming through the microphone, and that's no fun. That is no fun. Or I could put it on some very aggressive noise cancellation, and then the microphone sometimes thinks I'm the noise and cancels me. And I'd rather not be cancelled, you know. I don't want to turn my microphone into cancel culture. You thought the UK was all about rain and cold? It was up until the Industrial Revolution happened, and then, well, then basically we dug up some ancient burial grounds of dinosaurs and woodland and turned it into fuel for fires and forges, and now the UK is about rain, cold and humidity-based heat waves. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, the UK doesn't need AC for 95% of the year. You're very right, they're distorted. Well, didn't need AC for 95% of the year. But let's not get too morose about it. I could absolutely preach the climate catastrophe we are blundering into all day long, and I'm fairly certain most people do not want to be hearing about that. Even if I am one of the more qualified people here to be talking about such a topic. Let's not, shall we? Let's not go down that road, because there is nowhere down that road we want to be. Yeah, there's nowhere down the road we want to be. Anyway. Twitch keeps logging out Mirror. Honestly, Mirror, I have no idea what might be causing it. Genuinely no idea on that. It's, Twitch just be brokey. That's a fact. Twitch do be brokey. Yeah. So say it's cooking now, will very likely drop off very cold. UK is mercurial with its weather. It's all over the place, honestly. It's just all over the place. Blind guy asking, any major shakeups on all the weapons via the element changes? That's the thing, like, kind of, not really, kind of. The biggest thing is, if you've had a weapon built for radiation, not really worth anymore. Radiation, dare I say, is the new blast. Radiation is the new blast, because where radiation shone before was not really much as a status type. Like, crowd control is nice, don't get me wrong. Crowd control is nice. But a little bit of distraction, what isn't exactly what people cared about with radiation. Radiation, the main focus was dealing a lot of damage to alloy armoured units. Yeah, you couldn't use it against certain infested, but you could absolutely drive through so many others. And it's lost that. Radiation is now on par with electric against the murmur, which means that electric is probably better against the murmur, because it's a damaging status type. And radiation is strong against the sentience, but one, you don't see a lot of sentience, and two, so is cold. You can use that instead if you wanted to. So radiation's kind of lost its place with the whole flattening of damage and armor. It has lost its place. Yeah. The damage types are very flattened now. Sure, heat is a negative against Kuva Grenadier, but if you're running heat viral rather than pure corrosive, you'll actually end out on top, because heat will strip half their armor anyway, boosting your damage back up, and then viral will also boost a lot of the damage, making heat corrosive, for example, less effective. It's kind of a weird one. Heat viral just keeps on winning, and then otherwise just the right direct damage for the job is the direct damage you have. When I say heat viral is generally better than heat slash. Heat slash is not what you do, but I think you mean viral slash. Viral slash, you want to access it when you're getting slash outside of status chance. So like with hunter munitions, you don't need status chance, you don't need status waiting, you just get it. That's what it is. And that's always been the way, because sure, you can use like a viral slash melee, or you can use a heat slash melee, or you can use a toxic slash melee, or electric. I've done the same as you now. You can use a heat viral melee, or a slash viral melee, or you can have a electric viral melee. And electric viral melee, considering you've also got access to melee influence, is kind of a big deal now. Like, kind of really a big deal on that one. So, a lot more of it is shifted from the correct damage type to instead what fits the setup you're going for. So like if you're using something in here, give me a name. Say if you're using Cascadia Flare, you're safer going into heat now than before, because any damage type works in most cases. So you use the heat because it triggers this. If you want to use Conjunction Voltage, well then just mod electric. Because electric doesn't have huge negatives in places, you can just use it. That, I think, is the biggest overall effect of the elemental changes, is that it's no longer so much as you can use this thing to hard counter a health type, or worse, you can't use this thing because it's hard countered by that type. Instead, you can just pick what you want. to be quite honest with you, you can broadly just pick what you want if it makes your build work. But yeah, radiation is the worst off. It is lacking a place other than being a kind of odd crowd control, but in that same kind of odd crowd control you can use cold. Hard to really choose between them. Is a new video on the bot list? Yes, it's under elements. Elements or damage types, status types, all of those trigger it. Am I going to use Jade? Can't seem to perfect the build. I want to have a better look at Jade, but I'm not sure if I want to do that right now, to be honest with you. I know she's brand new frame, I probably should. I just don't know. To be quite honest with you on that one. As I'm saying, there's also a case for Slash when it's coming more naturally. You're not spinning a slot for the actual Slash. Kind of. It's the trade-off on how you get there. How do you get enough Slash to make it worthwhile, yeah. But yeah, you can still use Slash. Slash isn't bad, it's just not as overwhelmingly good. That's the point. It's not as overwhelmingly good. How well do I think Harmony is a melee for Lavos? I barely investigated it, I'll be quite honest. Barely investigated it. Anyway, let's get started with EDA, because if I don't get it out of the way, I'm going to forget about it and miss out on some benefit. So let's set that to invite only. Let's head ourselves into Deimos, and I think Mirror Label already wants to join us. No, never mind, it didn't. I was just talking about Twitch logouts. So yeah, we're going to head on into EDA first. Do I know how much the life of enemies has increased? It has certainly increased by a significant margin. It is different per faction. I do intend to dive into the numbers on that more thoroughly now I'm finished with the damage type guide, because that was a doozy to make. Salamir, come on in. Zom, come on in. And Miralabe, come on in. There we are. Very much so, Elsaria. But that's fine, it just means you get another chance at it. You get another chance at it. Okay, let's see. So I have got Dante, we win. Yeah, Dante's on the board. We're in. I've got Aeolak Phantasma Strun. I don't think I've got Strun Incarnate set up yet, so that's a bit of a pain, but it's fine. I can go Agrit Leto Onos, and then I can go Karudo Gazelle Machete Ekine. I'll be honest, I'm not overly satisfied with the options here, but that's partly because I've not sorted out these two incarnates properly, so that's my problem, not the game's problem. And then we got activate the ability inflicts damage upon you, yeah but Dante. Gear Embargo, yeah but Dante. Secondary wounds, gain puncture status, yeah but Dante. And knife step, lose health when Dante. Cool, alright. So this is good so far. Let's have a look here. We've got Alchemy, Disruption, Survival. That's good. Alchemy, some of the enemies are functionally immortal unless you am for them. Enemies have regen, but who cares? Enemies are faster, but die easier. Well, okay, that's actually just helpful. Disruption, enemies, all of them can target the conduit. Annoying. Vampiric Liminus, Dante. Post-mortal soldiers, Dante. We've got hostile support. Life support tower delivery is disabled. We have to kill the Necromex. That's a bit more annoying. Entanglement, allies within range of sane enemies will get reduced parkour and whatnot. I think Dante might counter that, not sure. And then all enemies have overguard. That's cute, so do I. Okay, yeah, so Dante. Dante shrunk. Planet Tunes asking, are you planning to do a video on the new arcanes? Loving the exponential combination with melee afflictions, pairing with harmony, easy damage cap. I still need to be looking through basically everything. I still need to be looking through it. Does Overguard protect from Limitless? I think it does. I think it does. Alright, so Dante. Strun. Yep, very, very definitely not incarnate. Later. Oh, that's got an incarnate on it. And it's fully upgraded. Okay, maybe is it modded? Can I mod it? Oh. Okay. Not what I wanted to see. Not what I wanted to see. Oh dear, 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 oh dear. Oh dear, 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 dear. Oh dear. Yes. And it's a secondary dexterity of all things as well. Let's see. What is your fire rate? You know what? Let's try the flare on that one. Yeah. We try flare and then just go for even more heat with the very limited capacity I have left available to me. Might get something done with it. Maybe. Maybe. We'll try. Anyway, yeah, we'll just kind of throw that together. Yeah, we'll try that, see how it goes. And then... what were the melee options I had? There was Karudo. I mean, these basically never see use, so I could throw that. Okay, what are my other options? Okay, was up there, right? Yeah, that's not even fully leveled. Not even fully leveled and not with a single former, so I actually just didn't finish leveling yet, apparently. Well, might as well get that done. Really, still? You clipped that? Okay. And does the Strun actually have anything on it? Oh, it actually has mods. Wow, that's a genuine surprise. Okay, then. Might as well slap an adapter in here and finish off the job. Actually has mods in it. Alright. Yeah, this'll do. Or maybe it won't. We'll find out. Also got the Noxway here. It'll do. Alright then. Everything is set. Let's begin.
Prepare for all phases.
Sometimes you forget weapons like Ekine. Yeah, I'm probably going to forget as soon as we get in the mission.
Another day, another
Probably going to forget it again.
Poke in the eye for the mother hugger that consigned us to this mess. Come on.
The mother hugger. Really? Really? Also, Zom? Zom, crashing is not allowed. Rejoin. You hit the wrong button. Zom, how many wrong buttons are you going to hit today? I know it's not your doing, I know it's not intentional, but how many wrong buttons? Because we're not even one mission into the stream. You've managed to leave squad and ban someone.
Or no murmur.
Please. Alright, I don't know if we can still start. Is it going to work now? We can try. Oh dear. You got Jade and all the weapons on this week's EDA? That's an unusual roll.
Several experiments.
Alright, off we pop. I didn't check what Dante build I'm bringing. Please be a good one. Oh, please be a good one.
Your elemental resources are essential to the completion of this experiment.
Alright then.
Crucible marked. Impress me.
Let's start the tank. There we go. Everyone's got a whole bunch of overguards. Telling me I got a little bit less because reasons. And we need to get all the way over to the Crucible, which is nearly 300 meters away. Because why not? Get a whole bunch of hits on them because I can. I mean, why not really, you know? When the skill is there to use, might as well use it. I mean, that just bypasses my entire weapon woes, just Noctua. Although, there are the immortal ones. Or is that... Oh wait, no, that's being... That's not immortal in the normal sense, that's put on a spike. That doesn't count. They really do just fall over, don't they? Yep, they do just be falling over. Alright. Can I pick that up, or is it just going to glow at me? It's just going to glow at me. Whatever. Whatever.
Hello all, I have returned from vacation and I am pleased to say that I am no longer Cephalon Rage. I am Cephalon Engaged. All credit to Esprit for that one, and thanks to you all for the positive vibes this year.
Yo! Gorilla of the Glock. At 2 years of support on the channel, upgrading to that lovely bronze teapot and upgrading to Cephalon Engaged. Congratulations. That is exactly the kind of moment to share with us all. That is brilliant. Congratulations there. Gorilla of the Glock. Now Gorilla with a ring? Bet you're all wondering where I was going to take that. Congratulations. That is real good news. And I hope you had yourself a wonderful vacation. I mean, probably given the news you're sharing. Let's just throw some of these here. Why have we got so much cold and so little electric? Let's get those in here. Yes, Lancy. Yeah.
Oh look, I'm at 22 months, almost 2 years. Hi Glock.
Airsoft Sniper, thank you very much for the 22-month resub as well. Go alongside the support there from Gorilla. Cheers to both of y'all. Just gonna keep on chucking vials everywhere because it's the way to play this mode apparently. More Overguard. Everyone's pretty much good on Overguard, but more Overguard. Oh, hey. Jade. And it's dead. This book certainly do some work, don't it? Slam. Okay, this one survived, but that's because it's using the hacks. Here, let's get the anti-hacks bomb. There we go. And you're hacking with toxin. Do I have a toxin bomb? I don't think I have a toxin bomb. Darn. Yeah. Fair enough. You know what? I can't weigh in on the whole preferences of specific real-world guns and calibers. You know, I'm very, very British. And therefore lack much of any knowledge when it comes to proper guns. We don't need them here. We've got stern words, and they are quite effective as is. Alright, next Crucible. 300 meters back the way we came. Zom, it sounds like you're having some particular issues today with everything technology. I've got my stabbing license at least. I've got my passport. If you're British, that is your stabbing license. Even the fancy blue colour they were fighting for. It's not even blue. Not even blue. What if you asked for the time in London? Hey, we're nice people. Alright, we'll tell you the time. I'm pointing you over towards Big Ben Gabonga. And then if you don't look at it and say God save the king, then we stab you. Alright, it's proper British stuff. Proper British. Oh dear. I realise I just threw a toxin bomb at him rather than the Crucible. Not the smartest thing I've done. That's fine, I just need the amphors. Because we got so many immortal ones over here. There's heat one we don't need. Let's chuck it over here and hope it hits that. Nope, it dodged out of the way. Okay, that's annoying. Electric we don't need. Any of you weak to that? Yes, you are. Cool. Heat, you can die to that. More and more of the ones we don't need. Cold, we can chuck that in. Toxin we can chuck in. Oop. Don't forget to dump 3 pounds of sugar into your tea. Ugh. No. I weaned myself off sugar and tea whilst I was still a teenager. I have my tea without sugar, thank you very much. Because otherwise I would already be diabetic, if not dead, with the amount of tea that I drink. That would just be bad for me. No sugar in tea? Yeah. It's called forward thinking. Realizing that if I keep on having sugar in my tea, I won't be able to keep having tea. So instead, I wean myself off the sugar in my tea, and then I can have more tea. Yup. Fanta killer. Fanta killer. Nuh-uh. Gotta be careful there. You're very close to being a racist with those kinds of remarks. If not already there. We don't know your nationality. Whereas everyone here knows I'm British. So when I mock the British, that's fine. I'm just mocking myself. You don't think you've ever had sugar in your tea? Yeah, fair enough. It's not for everyone. I know that Betty wouldn't want it. For various reasons. I realise I've completely let my overguard run out and was at risk of dying there. Hold on, let me fix that. That'd be embarrassing. There we go. Now I'm functionally immortal again. Let's continue. Do I put milk in my tea? Yes, I do. I find black tea with no milk is just too bitter. It's just too bitter. Whereas a small amount of milk just softens it up enough. Like as Dan said, it's impossible. No, it's just as possible as dying with Lavos. It requires you to not pay attention, then you die. You know what? That's not a bad shout there, Gorilla. Just taking silence into the new mission. Just constantly shut down all of the Xmas abilities. That's not a bad shout. Not a bad shout at all. They like to say, I live in southern US where sugar and tea is a must. You enrage everyone around you, unless you get lemonade or soda. Yeah, I've learned to not really care about what people think about what I put into my body. Because it's me, at the end of the day. If I want to drink tea, with or without sugar, with or without milk, that's kind of my problem alone. And if someone else doesn't want to drink that beverage, that's fine. I will drink it. Because it's not yours, it's mine. It's very simple stuff, really. You'll find there are plenty of people who get all so uppity about what someone else will choose to consume when it harms absolutely no one in the process. Which way is that exit? Is that this way? It might be this way. Yeah, I think we've gone right here. But if you do want to drink it, well, if you want to drink my tea, first of all, get your own. Second of all, if you want to drink it the way I drink it, I hope you like it. But if you like it, then you wouldn't be complaining about the way I'm having it. You see how this works? Yeah, there is Athlia. We can complain about Athlia's concoctions, but at the end of the day, we're not drinking it. Athlia is. We have video evidence that Athlia actually does drink them. I don't exactly consider myself a man of faith, but may God have mercy on Athlia's soul. Oh, freaking waypoint. Where are you sending me? Seriously, why? Is it's not down. I know it's not down, so is it up this way? That hasn't helped. I appreciate the effort, but that genuinely hasn't helped. Okay, no, that's just a gap. Oh, just extract me. Just extract me, please. Where is it trying to send me? Is it through here? It's through here. There we go. And as soon as I get to the door, it then updates to the door, then moves away again. I just... How? How is it so bad at this? Just mark the door in the room. How is it so bad at this? Doesn't have every map memorized? It's not a case of memorizing a goddamn map. It's freaking randomized and you know it, yum. Alright. What's the best way to farm for Dante? Run the missions. It's not like you can do a lot of different options. Yo! Terminator, thank you very much for running in with your party there. Welcome into the channel. And I can confirm, Liminus are blocked by Overguard. Look at that. Oh, he's trying so hard. Look at him. Oh. He's so mad at me. Oh, you got your buddy as well. Hello. Hello. Useless. Although I am low on energy, so I can't keep doing that. Unless I do this. Hop out! Oh, look at that. Energy regeneration. Huh. Yep. Turns out, Dante good. Dante just good. I keep on hearing the sound of Overguard breaking. Weird. Yep, there it is again. My Overguard is there, so I don't know what's causing that sound. Hello, Liminus! Oh, we've got a docket. Excellent, let's grab that. Put a docket in our pocket. Hello, Necromech. Wait, can't all enemies blow this up? I hope Liminus can't blow it up, considering that... For a moment I thought they did. Oh, that got me good there. For a brief moment I thought the Liminus blew it up. All good, Sabonator. You have yourself a good dinner. God, me running. Alright. Let's go pop this one in. I don't think they can target it, but it was still just, you know, the timing. Me concerned. Liminus runs up to it, thing explodes. Turns out he exploded in a good way, but how was I to know at the time? Hey, Gruzzlings. Kind of gruzz out. Thank you. Big black. Oh, come on. They resist the big black? I really hate damage attenuation. I know why it exists, and I still don't agree with it. I would rather a different approach to the damage scaling in general than damage attenuation, because the last thing I want is to use my big Blapper 9000 and it does as much damage as my basic attack. It's just demoralizing. Dead. And we keep up the buffs on that as well. Attenuation's annoying. Yeah. It's the lack of feedback for me. That's what really does it. Like, you know it's there, you know the enemy's going to tank it more, but you can't really plan or expect around it. They just survive. There's no specific health or shield or armor or overguard. They just take less damage. And the more you do, the less you do. It just feels rough. Attenuation's a great idea, badly implemented. I don't know on the badly implemented, because I don't know how else you'd really implement that specific idea, to be quite honest. And that's the thing with damage attenuation. Either it makes it where the attacks that are incoming scaled down so as the enemies actually live long enough for them to be the threat they're supposed to be, or the attenuation just doesn't work flat. Like, there's not really much of a middle ground. The balancing act is finding the point where that attenuation feels good enough without being overbearing. But in general, that's still the attenuation. You can't get around that. It's still just what it does. Shield Drain is active. Acmax coming from this side. There we go. That one down. Somewhere is the white docket to be picked up, because it says collect docket at the moment. Status cap for you is worst part. Status caps, again, I can understand, you know, strong units, meant to have resistances. It's not like everything we use just is supposed to work against everything perfectly. My bigger issue with status resistances, or status caps, is that damage statuses then get truly shafted by it. Because if you apply a nice, lovely, strong status proc, but then someone else applies the entire cap's worth of shitty procs, your good one's gone, because the game doesn't pick the strongest, it picks the most... so it picks the least recent. The oldest of the procs, that's the one that vanishes. And that's... It's a perpetual issue with gas, but it applies to slash against acolytes, it applies to heat against acolytes. Anything else that has that kind of status cap as well, you'll see it. It just feels... it's something to counter, but sometimes when things get a lot of counters, it feels like the only thing you can do is just hold down fire until the game decides you've won, rather than you actively countering the threat the game is throwing at you. That's where I feel the trade doesn't quite work out. Where's that docket? There it is. Hey, Warframe's a casual game. Even with the most difficult of difficulties that Warframe brings out, at the end of the day, it is a casual game. And that means casual answers to all the problems. Which do end up boiling down a lot of the time to tank more, stand in front of enemy, shoot them. That's what it do. Tank more, stand in front of enemy, shoot them, and that is what I've been doing for the last two missions. I have tanked with Overguard, and I have shot with Noctua. Yes, it is Slash Sun. It's the same mod, it's just renamed because of the new group faction naming they've gone for. That's all. Alright. Overguard is being generated, people are split up instantly, so I'll need to try and find where everyone is to spread the Overguard. Oh, never mind, I've run out of energy. There's a bunch. There we go. Will Bane of Orokin do more damage against Ballas? Ballas isn't Orokin, Ballas is Nama. Yep, there we are. That is my answer. Whole bunch of Overguard. Oh, that was a good few juicy hits. Honestly, I'm just going to stick with Noctua for shooting right now, rather than trying to set up some tragedy combo. Just Noctua is working. Yep, just Noctua. Are the queens affected by Hurricane or Grenade tag? They have plot armor. Because you notice how one died to, like, what was it, just the broken scepter? Not exactly the most impressive weapon. Hello, Necromech. I am shooting. Wait. Oh, okay. We up everyone's overguard again. There we go. Okay, did you get the Galaxian Ornament and where'd you put it in your build? I did mention in the guide on the Galaxian as to where it can go. I don't know if I picked it up as yet. You gotta remember I do main Lavos, so a lot of the time I don't need energy orbs. I just don't need that. We're tearing this thing down. Re-up everyone's defences. Help the cat stand. Necromech defeated! Huzzah! I can tell how hot it is in this office today. The fans are running at absolute maximum on my PC. That's okay, that's quite hot. Yep, they are running at max. There's just no ventilation today. Hydrate? Absolutely. Cheers. Ah. Alright, now I can turn again. Where's that one? You there. Stop this nonsense. And now we can just summon one. Oopsie. Come to the tropics? I'll pass on that. A J-Light Bone Widow, okay. That's certainly a little bit different. Trying to get the shot on the back here. Or I might just have to power through it with just basic shots. I can barely see amongst all the shadows. There we are. I think that one's successfully summoned. Hard to say. And we got another rig over here. Well, I'll just run circles around. I mean, he's trying his best, but it's just not going to work. Is drop chance booster or double drop in general better on average? Or does it depend on what one's doing? Resource booster will double every kind of resource you can pick up, including some that do not get chance-based bonuses. However, it will only affect yourself, it won't affect your team. A resource drop rate booster will only increase the drop rate of resources, so anything that's got a fixed drop won't be buffed, but it affects the entire team as one. So everyone gets to benefit from one booster. Use that to weigh your decision making. So for example, when it comes to Void Traces, you can only get those as a guaranteed drop on hitting 10 reactant. There is no drop rate so you can't enhance that with the drop chance booster, but the resource booster will improve it. Does that make sense? Oh yeah, Leech, Eximus, Necromech, they are just the worst. The speed at which they regenerate health, for just a single tick in the zone they spawn on you, it's horrible. It is truly horrible. Alright, just a little bit longer on this mission, we're nearly out of here. Continue the firing. Any good tips on building an Oros other than health and armor? He's had a whole bunch of reworks. You can have a look more at his abilities. I've not been particularly enthused with him even after rework, so I'll be quite honest, I don't have a guide for you on that. Inaros has just never entertained me as a frame. If I want a health face tank, I have Lavos. Kind of ruins it for a lot of the others. Jade Xmas are worse than defense missions? True. Jade Xmas do not stand near objective.
The risks you've all taken to safeguard my Albrecht's work. It is no small thing to me. Thank you.
Why would you activate another Eximus? Necromech, we're done. We're out. We are OUT out of here. Oh, unless I do that. That would. There we go. And a couple melee duplicates. Why not? Slap them on the pile. Slap them on the pile, there. So in total, we've got Zershard, Zertal Forge, Crimson Shard, 2 melee duplicates, 5 Enchanted Lanthorns. Yeah, not terrible. Not terrible. GG's all around on that. It's going good here, Cyril. Thank you very much for asking. Hope you're doing well yourself. Need to run those? Well, go ahead and do them. Might as well just kind of keep Dante. Nah, let's not keep Dante. He's at his missions. Back to the good stuff. Back to the good stuff. Let's just go for, where is it? Galaxian. Let's go for the good old Latum. Let's go for Glib Prime. And let's grab those Netrocells as well.
What you need? The old man kept all right. What's his is ours.
There we are. Just gonna try and ventilate this room a bit more. Balls to me here, the light. Is my Latent build strong? Have a look. See how it fares. See how it fares.
The anchor hole. We're all stored the key glyphs. Grab them. No
And with the quality life improvements, we can also now just do this. Click and hold and get full fire rate, which is nice.
Ready? To leave the anchor
There we
hole,
go.
access that terminal.
For some reason on controller it doesn't actually work. Yeah, it does. You just tick the wrong box, Ansel. Go back into your settings. Make sure you tick the one for controller, not keyboard and mouse. Because there's 2 sections in accessibility settings for that. Do those semi-auto mods work for full auto? No. If you have anything other than semi or burst on a weapon, you cannot use the semi-mods on that weapon whatsoever. This includes weapons which only have a semi-automatic mode until you incarnate them. You still cannot use the mod even if you don't have the incarnate upgrade. If it can have a non-semi mode, the semi-mods do not go on them. Was looking at the Dante build. If you do exclamation mark Dante, you can see that build and a bunch of other ones. Do I use crit on Latem? I prefer not to. I know this means sometimes I end up accidentally nerfing myself because I'll be running Arcane Avenger and forget about it. Don't think that's the case right now. Good.
Using the key glyphs will open the Netracell. So
Yeah, I prefer the non-crit.
Wrong.
Because otherwise everything ends up being crit and that just gets boring.
If I ever see that grimoire, I'm gonna bolt. You gotta understand.
I do not want to fight the book. I just want to do the Netracells. The book does not give anything interesting.
We ain't done.
Is there a way to get the Warframe Arsenal extension to update without just refreshing the whole Twitch stream and browser? It's just delayed. There is no workaround on that, sorry. It's just delayed. Alright. Let's Latem this. First, damn it, he died too quick for me to charge. I really dislike the number of non-headshot enemies. Yeah, but whatever. Hello, Grusling. Okay. Perish already, you bloody damage attenuation bastard. The headshotting of Murmur will never not piss me off. I'll be quite honest. It will never not seem like it was just designed to get in the way of all of these headshot bonuses that you've been handing out for so long. Like, they increase the headshot multiplier from 2 times to 3 times. They introduce various mechanics for headshots, galvanized scope, the various incarnate weaponry we have. Lots of focus on actually aiming at enemies with single target stuff. And then we get the Murmur. It just seems like such an odd choice. What gives Vosper? But I don't really care much for the arcane packs. Yeah, I know they're a source of arcanes. They're just gamble packs at the end of the day. I don't need to go out of my way to farm something to melt down to maybe get something that I might possibly want. It just doesn't seem worth it to me.
Security level dropping. Hit them till they stop moving.
You should have to grind Devere. I mean, you don't have to grind Devere anyway. You know, if you play other parts of the game, you can get things which sell for platinum, trade with players, get the arcanes that way. That is by far the most efficient method. The arcane packs are the I do not wish to trade method. Which, sure, if you want to do that, go for it, but that to me is an even more annoying grind, to skip out on the grind that's already been made available to me. Player-to-player trading is part of how this game is designed. I think I'm running a heat viral Latem, aren't I? I should probably be using heat, not electric, on these bits. Yeah, you can farm the event for Blat if you want to as well. Nothing stopping you doing that. Absolutely nothing. Damn it. Sit fucking still for a second. Oh my god. It just slides across the floor in a janky ass movement. Shoot some... I can't shoot that. It's on a spike. Sit still! The way they move around. And then as soon as you hit the headshot, they instantly die and only get one charge. Ah! This has no head. There we go. Something with a head I can actually shoot. Crying out loud. I think enemies need to turn right. I can see the value on that. Oh, keeps going down. Do you lot get used to having a Dante on the squad? Okie dokie, let's go search an extra cell.
Albrecht didn't want anyone in here. I want to know why.
Boop. Loot acquired, let's get on out of here. You can check out the builds I've already got for you on my Sarin guide there.
If you're happy,
Exclamation mark Sarin.
happy.
Got you covered. Any tips for getting more fang? Go fishing. They just come from there, so go fishing. Alright then, Tracel gives us another Azure Shard. Okay, that's 3 of those today.
We've had a few setbacks, but we are going.
You in the mood
All
for
right,
a
let's
little?
pop off again.
Or are we heading out? Net Tracels. Be with you in 5.
What's a free AF steel path frame setup not hard to farm? Lavos and the Angels of the Zaraman Incarnants. But yeah, Rhino works as well. Rhino is super early game. Gives you a load of tank, gives you a load of faction damage bonus. Yeah, why not? Does the form and fold Sarin build work now with the changes? Yeah. Yeah, the changes didn't change Sarin. Sarin just works.
I won't lie. There's no version of this that feels good. Only one way out of the anchor hold. Use that terminal.
So the Queen? Yeah. Sarin just puts out damage like it's going out of style. She is very good at what she does. I imagine someone is already on their way to that one. Is that the next one to go to? They're both over this way. That tunnel's been done. Now we know exactly which one I need to go to, and I'm stuck on this thing. God damn it. There we are.
Open it.
They found the place to go to, so I just need to get there. Oh, there's so much just traveling in this mission. So much traveling. And then it becomes a just stand in one spot and kill for a while.
I was afraid of this. Netracell's security system won't open with all the uglies around. Clear them out.
All right.
And make sure the system can see you doing it.
Boop. Sticky corners go and find yourself gain quartz, or at least more inside place a bit more. There's just a lot of ridges on tile sets. You'll find that all over the place. Certainly the faster you go, the more of them you'll find. Sticky corners wasn't about making it where geometry was flat. It was making it where geometry that was supposed to be flat actually is. That's what it's doing. Confusing, sure, but it is the sitch. Now that wind-up speed followed by just insta-launching the glaive, because the attack speed from Volt feels weird. Somebody saying, do you could still improve geometry collision? It's too sticky. Not entirely sure I know what you mean on that, sorry. Maybe it's some development mechanic, game dev thing. I don't know, but I'm not entirely sure what you mean on that. So we're getting stuck after hacking Corpus? Yeah. Oh wait. No, I don't think I know what you mean there. I don't think I understand that one either. I think I'll blow up. Is Mesa hard to mod and put ready for endgame? Harder to understand than the average frame, yes. Hard to actually mod? Define hard to mod. Because, you know, you can just grab a build and use it. I'll be honest with you, there's not really a frame or weapon in this game that's quote-unquote hard to mod. It's more, have you played enough of the game, have you got far enough in, or spent enough platinum to own the mods you need. That's it. Takes a second to unglued from consoles. Right, yeah, there are some Corpus consoles where interacting with them has a strangely long delay. I have noticed that myself as well. It's not sticky corners, that's a delay coming out of whatever animation that is. Solomon's got that, I'm just gonna leave him to it. His Volt. He'll get there before I've even got halfway. Haven't played around a year or so. Any major balance changes to be aware of? Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Just last week there was a huge update which has completely overhauled a lot of damage types and status effects and how enemy armor and hit points interact. Yeah, huge update on that. There are also new Xmas units. You've been away for a year, so there's various other bits and pieces which are new. Like, if you've been away a whole year, everything you see on screen right now in terms of tile set is new as well, so there's that. Because this got showcased and teased at TennoCon last year. And now it's run-of-the-mill, we're doing it constantly. Oh, outside the fucking circle. These circles are so small! Get the enemies in here! Not this enemy. Goodbye. Very grateful for the damage buff from Banshee for that one. Unstacked Galaxian, not exactly what you want right there. Nick Daniels, yes, I understand. The Corpus console, they hold you in place for a second. You said that. And I agreed. I'm aware of it. It's not sticky corners. Because it feels sticky to you does not make it sticky corners. They are two separate things. And if you mean it as two separate things, then bringing it up constantly is not going to change that.
Albrecht didn't want anyone in here. I want to know why.
Hello, Hitari. It's alright, you got here. You're not that late. And you notice you got yourself from Merley. It's all good.
Heck, you can make use of that.
Oh. Cats, what are you doing? Hey! Since when do you bump into... Since when do you bump into things? What's happened? Since when do you bump into things? Hey. Okay. We've been having health issues with her recently, and she was limping. Sorry, that's... We've had to take her to the vets, blood tests. Now she's limping? Okay. Well, that's not good. Sorry, I'm going to be back in just a moment, because I want to get someone's eyes on her again. Why does she always have to demonstrate issues on stream? Back in a moment. Okay. Everyone else in the house is having a look to see what's going on with her there. She's not been well for a short while, a few weeks, and it's hard to piece it all together. But I don't want to go into too much of that, because that's going to make a lot of people feel a bit uncomfortable. Suffice to say, needed someone to have a look at her. Okay, shall we get that next last Netra cell done?
Murmur or hi.
What element would I recommend on 26JUN24? Just as before with my recommendations in the video, I'd honestly say that Magnetic is one of the better ones for just being an all-rounder. You now get the bonus damage against Overguard, which is pretty nifty. Corpus Shields... But also, you still get the freedom to mod the rest of the weapon how you see fit, fiddling with H-set as much as you can. Because if you go for something like Heat or Toxin, then it's either going to merge with the innate element or merge with a single mod you put on. There's more finagling to try and make it work, whereas Magnetic leaves the greatest number of options open. So I still think Magnetic is the right overall choice. If you're building a specific way on the weapon, then you wouldn't be asking my suggestion. That's one thing I find that some people don't realise about the suggestions I make. I don't make the suggestions on what progenitor element based on based on specific builds. Like if there's a specific build that needs a specific thing, then I'll suggest that to you. But really, anyone who's got a specific build in mind doesn't need a content creator to tell them which one to use, because you already know which one you're going to use. You've got the build in mind. Magnetic is the one that works when you're not sure which one to use.
To To leave the anchor hold, access that terminal.
Don't want to use nothing specific? Yeah. There you are then. Magnetic's the one to use. Works against the Overguard of all factions. Has extra bonuses against the there we are. Against the Corpus. Is particularly effective at taking out treasurers because they're a pain in the ass with their shields. Magnetic just kind of walks over them. Well, makes it a lot easier. Yeah. You're trying out a build with 5+ electricity, purple shards, you have cold electron and carbon.
If I ever see that grimoire,
Okay.
I'm gonna bolt. You gotta understand.
I'm just running around trying to go where I'm going whilst also reading. This mission is so much just running.
That's the natural cell. Open it.
And then we're going to once again be in the tiny ass ring
Open with all the uglies around.
that may or may not be
And make sure the
actually
system
covering
can see
50% of usable map space. Oh, that one gap. I managed to hit that one gap with that dash. That was unfortunate. Who was my favourite frame before the levels came out? Wukong. He was my most used then. Granted, I've been in the game less than a year at that point. Maybe just over a year. Not sure. Forget what type I have on my weapon at the moment. Want to see your orbiter? I'm not really looking to review anyone's orbiter at the moment. Glad you're proud of it. Sounds like you've put a lot of effort into it. But it's not really something I'm looking at right now, cheers. Is Toxin worth it for Corpus? Pure Toxin damage still bypasses Corpus shields, as I mentioned in the damage type guide, yeah. Still effective. EDA have opted not to do anything about the fact that it just kind of bypasses their entire special unique defense. I take it that it's intended to be the powerhouse for that. Because let's face it, what would Toxin be if it couldn't bypass shields? What would Toxin be if it couldn't bypass shields? The answer is nothing. It would be nothing. We heat 2 without the armor strip? Without the armor strip, without the heat inherent, without the refreshing, without the panic. Heat has a lot going for it. You've also got to remember that Toxin means you're not modding viral. So Toxin kinda needs the shield bypass, otherwise it sucks.
Keep thinning them out.
It's kind of why EDA have constantly been trying to improve cold, to make cold more desirable to a lot of people. And for a while it became a nice pickup because corrosive cold or rad cold, but radiation has kind of been stomped on. And corrosive cold, you can also go corrosive heat. Or corrosive blast now. There's a bit of an odd one there. I'm just not going to deal with that Necromech. If it spawns, it spawns. Hang on, the Necromite. Alright, Noisy. You wanted to be killed first. Can I show Galaxian build after the mission? Find the weapons a bit weak against them. I mean, I've done the Galaxian build video, if you want to check out that for details on Galaxian. certainly with the update, which has made it where their armor is much more capped, you can kind of just burn through them. Previously, I would have been using corrosive to deal with all the cool variants. Now I just shove on electric and it works. It just works. I'm not sure what elements I'm using when the electric's not on there, I'll be honest. Not entirely sure what my setup is. I think it might be... Is it Mag Toxin I've currently got modded for? Might have been because I was using it against a corpus earlier.
Albrecht didn't want anyone in here.
I'm not sure. I'll have to double check. You said about radiation getting hit so hard, but it did feel like it was maybe a bit strong. Was it really that strong? The status effect isn't exactly the most impressive. It's a little bit of confusion. You could slow down the enemies, or you could, you know, be killing them. And the damage bonus applied to a select portion of enemies, but enough that you kind of wanted to use it. Because that's the point. If an element doesn't stand out, you'll just use something else. That's the problem. Radiation had to compete with both electric and heat. Because it's composed of those, you could just use those instead of radiation. Alright, let's see. What was I actually using there? Oh, I was using pure magnetic. I think I must have been getting the viral from someone else then. Yeah, I must have been getting that someone else. And it means then when I was doing the electric procs from Valence Formation, they were also being buffed by this as well. So I was getting 290% bonus to that, which is pretty nice. That was Zom's Nourish? Makes sense. So you're saying, isn't the best part of radiation proc turning off ancient healer buffs? Well, I mean, that's against ancient healers. That doesn't really cover the entire rest of the universe. If you are running a Warframe that doesn't have exceptional tank, radiation can be used to basically get enemies to focus on each other a little bit more rather than focusing on you. So it's defensive. But part of the reason you could use that defensive bonus, certainly against things like the Grineer, is because it also cut through a lot of the enemies. With that cut through gone, it no longer has that huge damage bonus. All it really has now going for it is that status proc. And the status proc isn't enough to carry it when you could use just something else. Cold also gives a crowd control effect. It doesn't make the enemies attack each other, it doesn't last as long, but it does allow you to chill them to slow down their attacks entirely, even the ones attacking you. The other part with Cold is that you can stack it with other things at the same time. So you can go Corrosive Cold, which against the Grineer is going to work very well. I don't envy D in this regard because 15 player damage types is a lot to work through. It's a lot. We've got the 3 physical, the 4 basics, the 6 compounds, and then we got Void and we've got true damage. That's a lot to balance. Also, Mirror, cheers. So it's a lot to manage. And it really comes down to giving them their own niches. And D have experimented with trying that. We've got blasting. It's a different approach to it. It's not a direct damage proc in itself. You need to meet more conditions to get the value out of it. But if you meet those conditions, it gives you a big reward. Cold has got its full freeze. I feel like that's more than kind of tying it into getting more from Frost. But hey, you know, Frost can do with the benefits. Yeah. Radiation needs a purpose. And just that crowd control doesn't quite carry it over the line, because as much as it gives up to a 550% damage bonus of enemy versus enemy, enemies damaging enemies sucks. They're just bad at it. Ninja Flux saying, do the damage changes affect which projectile element you want on most Lich weapons? Honestly, no. No. And the reason being is that Viral still absolutely reigns supreme. Viral is amazing. Heat Viral as a setup is still amazing. The only real change is that Magnetic Progenitor is better than Radiation Progenitor. Because Radiation has lost effectiveness and Magnetic has gained it. So that's about the only bit there. If you're going to go for a non-combining element, i.e. having an innate compound element, that's compound type or combined element type, I hate the naming. The more I think about it, the more it annoys me. But anyway, if you're going to go for one of those two, Magnetic is better than Radiation. But otherwise, Toxin still absolutely slams home. How do you kill a Lich with a viral puncture weakness? There's a point. Killing Liches corrosive is no longer the winner, is it? Well, I mean, no, there's still Grenier, but it doesn't have the massive armor bypass. Ooh. And is it? And there's no way to test how their armor is capped because they have damage attenuation. Ew. Well, that's not fun. Yeah, that's not fun. Will I be covering the HP changes in an upcoming video? I will be, yes. Not sure what order I'm going to be putting those out. Yeah. You've got a Lich with corrosive defense, weak to viral and puncture. Well, it sounds like viral could well be the way to go for you there. Heat viral. Give it a whirl. Also, yeah, as Berabe's saying, you can use Ivara or Banshee. The strategies for taking them out is still the same, it's just the damage types. But yeah, there's a lot to cover with this update. We've got brand new arcanes, we've got brand new Warframe, brand new weapons, brand new damage types. I've now covered. Brand new health scaling on enemies and the implications that comes around from that, and also the brand new armor scaling, which was covered in the video just done. I still want to cover that separately as well because it deserves highlighting. I will need to cover Magnetic when do you get around to fixing that one. I know it's on their radar, it's just a case of can they fix it, how do they fix it, what's intended, and when do they do it. So there's a lot we're going to kind of see coming together there, yeah. Yeah, Banshee still works. Banshee is just a damage dealer. Yep. Do Liches have their faction resistance or just random ones they are spawned with? I'm going to say, I guess, faction resistances, and I guess that based on the Sister Repava spawning in the current new missions, when we scanned them, had the corpus weaknesses. But that needs to be verified. So that would be my guess. That would be my guess. I mean, it's not like we can even check it in-game without just going and spawning a Lich. VIP's neutral. D had suggested that various things could be neutral, but they weren't entirely clear on it. And I'll be quite honest, that really sums up the mechanical changes this update. D were not clear on it. Just in general, they were not clear on it. I could really go off in a rant about the patch notes with this most recent update. I don't think it's worth going into such a rant, but I could really go off on one on that one. I really could. Yeah, this isn't going to give us any of the information we're looking for.
Will not be my last. Death.
How can Revenants and Thrall work on bosses? Tried it and it works on most, but it doesn't work on Lefantis. I don't know what all the exclusions are on that because it's not like that's something that's logical or consistent. It's not something that you can decipher. It is instead, did D mark this one as a target or not a target? That's how that one works out. Because unlike real world science, where there are universal laws that we can test against and work our way towards, here we're dealing with video game mechanics. They don't have to follow any particular laws, they don't even have to follow the intention stated by the developers, because if it's coded differently, it works differently. Yep. Alright, we've got the natural cells done. I'll be honest, I'm not going to do the Archon Hunt. I know the Archon Hunt is there, but it's just... I just am not interested in doing that today. So instead, we're going to head on over to the event and farm some more of that because I want to get that whilst it's here. So if you'd like to join me on that, we go smashing ourselves into Operation Belly of the Beast, send me a message in game and I'll bring you on into the squad. Priority will go to those who haven't been in a squad yet today with me, but otherwise, anyone's welcome to join in. So I'm saying pre-change, didn't gas have negative into armor, was that just electric? Gas had a weakness as well. Let me just have a look. Because it will still be on the wiki. I don't think they've removed those details as yet. Never mind. In the time between me producing the video and now, they have removed it. Oh, makes sense to remove it. It's old information. I have to go through like ferrite armor. Yeah, all that's just been fully updated now, so that's not easy to reference. And to be honest, I'm not that invested in learning about it. Yeah. Why do I use Glaive, not Serrata? Glaive Prime is the one I have invested into. It has a massive slash proc and is very effective. Oh, gas had a negative against clone flesh. Alright, yeah. Alright, Regnak, come on in. Tari, come on in. And then I guess Mirror Lake, you've got the final spot. No one else is looking for it. Do I plan on making a Jade guide video? I do plan on covering Jade, yeah. It would be kind of poor form of me not to cover a brand new Warframe. As to where in the listing, hard to say, I'll be honest with you. Part of the problem with that is that within like 4 hours, if that, of Jade coming out, you'll see guides aplenty of people going, oh, here's Jade, and you can use things, bam, done. I don't make videos like that. I'm very slow at making videos. I'm bad at it. For all the research I do, for all the development of it and whatnot, sure, you guys appreciate that, but I'm very slow at putting it all together. And the problem with that is that by the time I've got around to sorting it, who really cares? There's already the guides out there. So instead, when these updates come out, I tend to focus on the bits that no one else will focus on, or no one else will address in a way that I am satisfied with. Because anyone who's tried making builds in Warframe can make builds in Warframe. If you really try to look at it, you can make them. But far fewer people want to dig into the numbers of this very peculiar game. And it's what I've become known for. Shaq will say, I'd say thorough instead of slow. There's nothing bad about wanting to actually present proper and accurate information. No, I'm also slow. I am also slow. If I wanted to put out a guide on a Warframe, I would not be able to get it done in 4 hours. I just can't. Even if I wanted to get it done in 4 hours, I would not be able to put together a full guide to a Warframe in 4 hours, and other people do. I would want to fiddle and twist and grab the details more, dig into the specifics I might be missing, write out the script for it, assess the script, make sure I've got all the details, make sure the phrasing is where I want it to be, make sure the pacing and placement of information is where I want it to be. Then there's recording of it, the cleaning up of that audio, which I'm not very good at either, so that takes a long while. The recording of the scenes that I want to have in it, bringing those scenes together into a scripted plan. And then finally, the assembly of the actual video, adding on any music that needs to go in the background to it. I don't know if anyone took your advice, Grilla. I don't know if anyone took it as advice rather than you just saying that you did that thing. I never quite know where the enhanced ones are supposed to spawn. I'm always looking around at the bottom here. Like, don't know if I've actually found one here yet, except for the guaranteed one. I hear that. Oh, there's one of these. Mirrorlabe is down! Mirrorlabe, why are you up there? Why are you up there? There's nothing up there for us. The superpowered cells don't spawn up there. They spawn at this level. The level of the elevator. Sister Beacon? Okay. I mean, we'll get there. Okay, that thing is taking a bit to kill. I have no damage stacks, do I? Yeah, you don't need to go chasing the sister beacons early on. The elevator's going to go up there anyway.
Mr. Drummond, do you see how my operator...
Is boring cannon just about torrent? I don't really know about the boring cannon, so I can't answer that question, sorry.
Has your desire outmatched your will?
I will not forget this. Cephalon.
Shiny one. Give it more speed boost timer. Yeah, am I just unable to aim directly up? There we go. I am not a fan of those laser beams being directly above. They are a pain in the ass to aim at. It feels like it should just be easy to go up, shoot, done, but sometimes it does feel like it's just not in the right up. Okay, I meant to bounce off that, instead I slipped through it. Not helpful. That's the bonus. I banged my head. Oh. There we are. Okay, we are very nearly at the top here. And just shoot her as much as we can. Oh, that's an allied beam. And she's down. Alright then.
The enemy is on their way to extract.
Let's grab these pets, because why not?
Does that seem like a satisfactory outcome to you?
They have object health, no critical status? Yeah. It's all just a thing. What's interesting is that if you've got an AoE weapon like the Tenet M4, you can just shoot at your feet and it'll blow it up. With sufficient AoE, you just pop them. But for targeted weapons, you have to actually aim at it. Yeah. I know it sounds like a skill issue, but it's just... frustrating. Like the health on profit take pylons? Yeah. And loads of other bits and pieces which have just object health. Yeah. And that actually, Griller, is my other issue with the Jade Light stuff, is that if there are multiple Jade Xmas around, or just one in odd space, it's not clear where the abilities come from. There is the beam over your head, and I think that's part of the reason you're able to shoot it, is because visually there is no indication as to who actually activated it. If you've got 5 different Jade Xmas all just swarming around, which one do you need to kill the beams? The answer is you can't tell. There is no connection between caster and ability. Does the Master Summons Helminth work on Venari? I don't know that it does, but I haven't tried it. How's most practical Warframe creator doing? Trying not to sweat myself into oblivion, but otherwise good.
Decision to collect volatile emotes despite Pavlov's religious greed.
Alright. Good old Tenet Envoy. Which, as we can see, gets a lot of work done. Okay, well this was working before. I swear that was working before. Okay, yeah. That was working the last time I tried. Well, this just gets more frustrating, doesn't it? Okay. Big AoE needed? I don't know what's changed on that one. Do I ever play a different frame for fun? Yes, but I also like levels. Is there a video about Zephyr? I don't think I have a specific guide to Zephyr at this point in time, no.
Far out of our way.
Yes, that Tenet Envoy was working, not sure what's changed. Oh, these bloody shadows.
Air supports to help you jump higher.
Didn't the fall off of the Envoy get changed? I don't recall, so no. Whatever.
Operator, what have you done? That was a sister beacon. Do that.
Yes, it was a sister beacon. We activated it because we know what it does. Is there a way you can find my Tenet Envoy build? You want to steal it? It should be on my Tenet Envoy guide. That'll probably do it for you. Should we carry a Banshee Spectre in a new mission? They won't always have silence up, so it's up to you really if the occasional silence in a specific area is worth it. Let's grab this. Drop that on the... I apparently did not drop it on the platform. And now someone else has got the other one. Cool. Check over this side, and then over here. Up we go. You got that? Yep, okay. No one cares, Mr. Parvos. Where are my... There it is. Speed boost.
Honest work. Have you forgotten how
Boop.
they
Power it up.
that placid smile onto your face?
For this is
Nothing in here.
listening. La la la.
Ragnar's over here. Nothing in this one. Nice added time speed buff. Yeah, I do like that. And the fact that it stacks up to 50 seconds, so you can throw multiple in. It's really nice. And it shows it's giving a 3x speed buff, rather than just a set of arrows on the UI, which didn't really indicate much of anything. You'd have to really pay attention to notice it was turning on and off. There we go, got a section of another one. Here it is, grab that. We're trying to... Oh, for goodness sake. There we are. Right to say, one of my favourite tiny relevant details of the most recent update is how when previewing Warframes, they do it on Island. Yeah, they do the noble animation now, yeah. Yes.
Troops, the enemy is attempting to extract. Failure to to stop them will incur
Missed
my
beacons, fair enough.
extreme displeasure.
Those who had been getting them did not get them this time. Fair enough. Hi, does Nourish have its own stage chance? Takes up your weapons. It's part of your weapon. It doesn't apply 4 status procs. It instead just gives you 2... What's it like? A base like 75% or something viral. It just adds a whole bunch of viral to your weapon. And then you get guaranteed procs from when enemies attack you. It doesn't force them from your weapon, though. There we are.
Now, bring the volatiles to me on the river relay.
A little unfortunate on the beacons there, but it's fine, it happens. And the squad has now been disbanded. Thanks to ye, are we back to this again, where the squad just now randomly disbands for no good reason? Let's just re-invite everyone. You don't have to spawn the sister? Correct, you don't have to. If you don't want to, you don't have to, but you get lower rewards. When Ordis says that those beacons spawn the sister, that's what he means. Do I wanna... Nah, I'm fine. We'll stick with Lavos. Lavos just works.
Ordis applauds your extremely risky decision to collect volatile.
Here we go. Right, mission is started. Ordis is rambling.
Surely you will dispatch his
Defend Moat Collector. Let's see, does it spawn a lot of enemies this time or not very many? Because I find it can be quite variable in that regard.
Could that be your Orden Karis? I'd recognize that voice.
You're very welcome, Slasher.
Are you from?
Very rarely a situation where Lavos doesn't work. Very true. Yep. Very true. How did I get old Orders? Create mode? Probably something like that, yeah. I just have it perpetually turned on. What do I have? Copies of frames, primes of, and why also 3 Lavoses. So, the second Lavos was to demonstrate Lavos without Umbral Former for showcasing in the most recent Lavos guide. And the third Lavos was because someone gifted it to me. I think I also got gifted the second one, to be honest. Why do I have copies of frames I also have the primes of? In most cases, because I got the basics before the primes were around. In the case of Vault, I've got a starter that I'm not throwing away, and then one to demonstrate Noob Vault. So it's ranked up only to level 10, intentionally. I hope that answers your quite concerned question. Yeah, please do not gift me another Lavos. I do not need another Lavos. You do not need to waste your platinum on giving me Lavoses. I'm fine, thank you. They are neither useful nor required.
To summon a sister of Parvos. If we meddle with them, she is certain to arrive.
That is kind of the point, Ordis. Kind of the point. Any more speed boosters? There's one over here. I mean, if I get any more Lavelses, I will just sell them for credits. I don't need more Lavelses, and intentionally cluttering up my inventory will just see that I take a practical response to that. I do not hold massive sentimentality to just inappropriate gifts. I'm not going to be the kind of creator that just has 20 copies of a Warframe lying around taking up space. I know, funny memes, haha, but like, nah. Where's that speed boost one? There it is. Boop.
Do you still believe you earned your happiness through honest work?
Nah, it's a spot here.
How they burned that placid smile onto your face?
Speed boost, speed boost, speed boost. Anywhere around here? Looks like they're still going upwards. Alright. I can't tell if that was me blowing it up or not. Oh, that's a normal one. I don't know why a normal one's here, but that is just a normal one. So shove it in there anyway. Why does all just keep going la la la? Because of the rest of the voice line. It makes sense if you hear the whole thing. I'm really saying, don't gifted items come with a slot, or do you just mean straight up menu space? Menu space. Because already, when sorted by most used, there are 3 Lavelses at the top. 2 of those Lavelses I have no reason to use. Honestly saying, as someone who wants to get into Warframe, wondering what do you think makes it worth playing? It's a very casual, easy to digest game. It's fast food gaming. You can have very short missions. There is no major commitment mission to mission. If you want to jump on, play for 5 minutes, jump off, you absolutely can do. It is a very casual power fantasy game with constant goals to work towards as you build up your arsenal. Get new weapons, find new power, meddle in new styles. There are so many different varieties of frame and approach that you can take, so it's just a case of dabble in what you wish to dabble in. Yep, that's what it comes down to. I'm just going to fall past all of these on the way out because extraction is automatic. Like so.
Now, bring the volatile notes to me on the rudder relay.
Fast food game's probably the best description you've ever heard for it. Thank you. Yeah, if this wasn't a high mobility looter shooter, the rest of its setup would fit in quite nicely as just the mobile gaming space. It does fit well there, except for the fact that I do not want to think about the actual control process of playing on mobile proper. I really don't. Alright, we are loading in again. Yeah, for anyone looking to try out Warframe, honestly, the fact that it is completely free to play, if you wish to put money into it you can, but there is no requirement to do so, you will not be missing out on any mechanics or any gameplay as a result of not spending money. You will, not might, but will want to engage with trading with other players if you do not put any money in. because the premium currency also happens to be just the currency of trade. Much like any other MMO, you get some things from running missions, killing enemies. Some of those things you don't need, but other people do, and they will buy them off you. Just like that, you have the premium currency. Very simple stuff, really. And you will want to use that eventually. Not straight away at the start of the game, but you will want it. Like, the majority of everything that I have on this account is free. Free, not as in it was gifted to me by DE or by fans. Free as in, I played the game, I earned it, I didn't spend for it. The vast majority of this account is that.
The man you refer to is dead, but Orders is sure he would also have told you.
Are we done here? 5 seconds? Yeah, it's going to finish itself. Cool.
Orders has unilaterally enabled air support.
Door opens, we pop through.
Height of your gallant leap. Enjoy.
Wait for the pod to make its way over. It's going to stand on this other side. Hopefully no one runs in front of me. And up we go.
Operator, those beacons are set up to summon a sister of Parvos. If we
On the subject of which, thanks for endorsing Warframe. Never had it installed without people saying it was okay to use, and it's life-changing. It is a very nice application, absolutely. A lot of different, just quality of life features built into it. I know that from DE side, it wouldn't be profitable for them to invest in those things because it's already been made by third parties. Why spend time and effort making them when other people have already done it and done it well enough? But at the same time, they can't endorse it. It's kind of a weird one. But I understand why. I do understand. Okay. Come on, let me up. Let me up there. There we go. Is Warframe safe to use? So, disclaimer first, DE does not endorse it, they never can, never will. It's a third-party application. All third-party applications are used at your own risk. That's the official disclaimer out of the way. My opinion is it's safe to use. I've given up going through the long spiel of things these days, because, quite frankly, if you won't take my word for it, the rest of my explanation is pointless. So, disclaimer first, as is fair due diligence, and then I use it. Is there a non-Overwolf alternative? For most of what a Warframe does, not really. There is, for relic cracking, WF info, or Warframe info, however you want to pronounce it. It's not as good, but it is still a effective program. And that one is non-Overwolf.
trying to do his job, Granum. Leave Orders in peace.
Any more speed boosts going around? Gonna kind of bounce around and see if an icon pops up for one. So far that is a no. I think we are basically just done with the speed boost we're gonna get. No wait, I found one more. Hit! Come on. Where is it? There it is. One more speed boost for the road.
Now you keep those tickle sticks of yours.
It was quite funny with Warframe info. I decided to just cover it as a matter of fact because I just really liked the program. This was well before Warframe was even on the scene. And the maker of Warframe info actually got in touch with me after the video went out. Because I didn't reach out to them or anything and say, hey, I'm going to be showcasing your program. It was just, hey, this is a great program, let's talk about it. Show people what they can use. They said the influx that they got was about the same as if they had just released a major update for the app and announced it in places. Because at the end of the day, this applies to Warframe, it applies to third-party apps, it applies to basically everything. Marketing, marketing, marketing. People can't use something or benefit from something if they have no idea it's even there. And that's not to say that Warframe Info, whoever wasn't doing that, it's just, again, the power of it. Marketing, marketing, marketing. So like, for example, marketing to say, hey, get yourself a lovely, lovely mug, now in even larger sizes. If this isn't enough for you, you can get one that comes out to about here in size. Get extra large, why not? Have all the tea. Oh. Exclamation mark merch to check out the store of that, where you can get a variety of different designs as well. Because marketing. Even just by mentioning things, that's marketing. Now it's up to you to decide if the person marketing is marketing from a genuine position or if they are just selling out to you. I'd like to think you guys realize by now I don't do sell out. What do you think of the photo overcharge augment in Nightwave? I covered this in the Galaxian video. Basically it is just as it is there, but also it gives a little bit of energy. It's just crit damage energy generator, which for a Lavos main doesn't really matter. Why in the name of stream is giveaway? It says giveaway. It says a few words prior to it, and it also says raffle on the end, exclamation mark raffle. So all of those will be the reasons there, Biden. Because we're doing a giveaway of the stated item in a raffle format, which is explained by exclamation mark raffle. I hope that makes sense. I dare not infer from your question that some people put giveaway in their title when they're not doing a giveaway. That would confuse me. Is larger size a Sports Direct kind of mug? I haven't got the two to compare, but it's certainly up on that level, yes. The mug I have here is 11 ounces. The large mug now available on the merch store is 20 ounces. And if you want to convert that into not a stupid system, I don't actually know how that works. I just know that 20 is nearly twice 11. That is a perfectly cromulent answer for me. Alright, let's pop our way through here.
You will be able to jump higher. Have fun.
Assassin say, would be interested in a taller but similar radius to normal cup, holding about 0.5 litres. So there is a taller, without being much wider version of this mug as well, over on the merch store. It's not going to get you all the way to the 0.5 litres, I don't think. Maybe? But it is definitely taller. Let's have a quick look at that there, because it's got the sizes on the store. So, more details. The taller one goes up from 9.6 centimeters to 11.9. But the diameter, only goes up by 0.1 inches. That's 0.3 centimeters. So it's basically no wider, but about an inch taller. And that takes it up to, I think, 15 ounces? Yeah, from 11 to 15 ounce. There's not quite half a litre in the tall variant, but it does still give you a taller mug if you're wanting to get that extra substance without it being wider. Yeah. 30 ounces over a pint. Fair enough. 15 ounces 444ml. Okay. So quite a bit more than you get in your typical can of soda. Quite a bit more than that. Works out. I got stuck in the pipes. Oof.
You are industrious, Cephalon. I will give you that. But what
I hear a sister beacon. Someone just grabbed it, never mind. Oh, good.
to preserve her dusty remains?
Any more speed boosts? Are they all claimed in this area? I think they're all claimed. Opinion on Corinth? I don't really care for it. Not to say it's terrible, I just don't really care for it.
On Jade's legacy, and Orden is not the killer you will need to concern yourself with.
Yay! Headshots for the win. Any more speed boosts? Don't see him over here. This side. Trying to get through the edge there. Nope. Okay, I missed the ledge that all of them were on apparently. It does get a bit hard to see with all the glowy glowies happening. Any speed boosts over here? Do more than 3 sisters beacons spawn permission? I think it's just the 3. There are more than 3 that just vanish? Oh, really? Oh, I thought it was just the 3. Never mind then. Take it back. That makes it even easier to spawn one.
This is a really bad idea on your part.
Tear her down. Beautiful. Let's switch to Blast. Because then I can just kind of go blappening. All of the blappenings. Yep, we've got this pretty covered now. Is Senate Envoy worth the farm? Yes. Yes, it is. Alright then, another mission done. I have no idea what modes I'm up to at this point. No idea. Should probably check that. Alright, let's see. Equipment inventory. Moat. So I've got 391 of the volatile, and I've got 808 of the vestigial. And it's funny because I've not actually had to purchase any of the jade pieces to be able to build shade. Because I've got the blueprint from the quest, and then the 3 pieces I've got dropping from missions. So these are all just extra, which is nice. This would only get a few legendary arcanes, but it's fine. I don't need legendaries, I'm good on that. Let's start saying, I think it's tied to legendary drop chances in the dissolution packs. Isn't it more efficient to farm cheap ones dissolve rather than buy and energize? Do as you do on that, I'll be honest with you. When it comes to the packs, you're gambling, so gamble away. Do what you want to do on that. Recognize that it is gambling. You could just sell arcanes to others if you're going to go that route. Yeah. Second copy for Helminth. So D gifted me a copy of Jade, which means this one is the Helminth one. That is the Helminth one. Have I picked up any other Jade pieces along the way anyway? So far, no. So far, no. So I am a few vestigial motes short of having the second Jade without the one that he gifted to me. But I'm very nearly there. Very nearly. Because 900 gets you the entire lot. You need 450 to buy a new blueprint. because it doesn't drop from the mission if I recall correctly, but the rest of it is then just 3 drops or 3 lots of 150. Yeah.
Ordis will not stand idly by while Parvos
Let's get this stuff.
Maximus executioner program. He must be BB.
Now, I've not looked into the equivalent plat values of farming this mission. The mission's going to be gone soon enough, like in terms of the event here, that it's not really worth trying to make an assessment of it, especially as the values are so volatile. Much like the boats. Hello, Syntactic, how you doing? Hello, Cryptic.
Ordis's name is Ordis.
Just going to bounce around a bit. It's not really a lot we have to do otherwise. Bouncy, bouncy. More bouncy, bouncy. Most people call you Bloom. I'll try and keep that in mind. Just farm the event to get Vosper. Okay. That's what you wish to do. To gamble. Sure. Can't stop you. And if you like hitting the big old gamble button, you keep punching it. Make sure you do so soundly. Do I think Lava Suzaku is going to be the next Prime? I'm not going to guess.
Those beacons are set up to summon a sister of Parvos. If we meddle with them, she is certain
It could spawn a booster. In fact, it did. Oh, 38 seconds of speed boost. Looking good. People first meet you, call you Syntactic for some reason. It would be your first name. You have very specifically made your name Syntactic_Bloom. Usually when I meet someone, if they have a name badge on that says John Smith, I don't usually just go to them, "Hi Smith." That's it's just not what we do these days. It's very old school to refer to someone mostly by their last name. If you're in a formal setting, then it makes more sense. Mr. Smith. But in this case, not only is this not a formal setting, I don't even know what title to append onto you from that. The Daleks just failed plan from almost a decade ago. Hey, it's up to you. If you want to keep it that way, if you want to keep the history, you could either leave it as is, you could switch it to Bloom Syntactic, or you could throw it to the wayside. Move on, be your own person. Do as you do on that. It's your nickname, and it's up to you how you wish to be perceived. Just be mindful that whatever you choose, that is how you're going to be perceived. Can I have my jumps? Thank you.
Ordis is trying to do his job.
Oh, I don't think I've heard that particular voice line. What was all this on about though? I wasn't even paying attention. Decapitated. Good evening to you as well. Yeah, let's get ahead of the lift a little bit. Or land on it, that works too. Let's get ahead of the lift. We got someone over here. Let's check over the other side. Boop. It was about Parvos unsettling it. Oh, right here, that voice line. Alright. Companions just keep dying all over the place. It happens. Engineer, are you an Oberon fan? Nope. Not a fan of him. Just haven't connected with his playstyle. Any build ideas for Oberon? I've not connected with his playstyle. What are you trying to build? Build for that. I know that sounds a bit glib, but honestly, I don't have one for you.
I'd say you have about as much chance as a snake in a typing contest.
Snake in a typing contest, sure. And she's down. Beautiful.
Enemy is attempting to extract. Failure
Pop a whole bunch of blast procking vials and then annihilate what we can. Saw your status rework video, notice Lavos shout out, tell me how well are you as the resident Lavos main eating? Lavos just keeps on winning. Honestly, do you like, hey, do you want to have just an augment gives you all of the status effects and all of the damage? It's like, sure, why not, yeah. Oh, and it's free to just include on any other ability whilst we're at it. No downsides. Yeah, that sounds good to me, we can use that. Even gives me access to basic elements when they're currently combined. Like if I have a viral build from Toxin Cold Modding, I can add Toxin, it'll give you more viral damage, and Toxin procs that benefit from the Toxin mods. What other Warframe can do that? Siren, but regardless, putting Lavos' damage output on Siren is not exactly a bad thing. And now they're like, hey, let's just revamp the status effects more, and Lavos like, yeah, I can use any of them, so I'll keep being better. He just keeps winning. He just keeps winning. Any advice on how to build Jade? Step 1, acquire parts. Step 2, build the parts in the foundry. Step 3, wait for the guide. Or watch someone else's guide, I'll be honest. There are a lot of guides already out there, so if you want to watch another one, rather than wait for me to make one, go right ahead. I don't have a monopoly on guides. I had someone on the recent video claim that I was tricking viewers by using Lavos for demonstrating Blast. It's like, Lavos doesn't make the Blast proc stronger, he just makes it happen. And in a video where I'm demonstrating Blast, I kinda need it to happen. That's not a trick. But hey, people say lots of things. Not all of them are smart.
Do you think you are helping Jade? Preserving her honor, her dignity?
Boop. That was a pointless delay on that rocket, but it was just slightly satisfying. Watching them get shocked or stunned by something as the missile just homes slowly in. Hello, Penguin. Umbrella did some quick maths. As it turns out, the uncommon status resistance arcanes are best for converting into phosphor, as they can be purchased cheaply. I mentioned this on the Discord, yep. Then it goes commons, uncommons, rares, and legendaries. Yeah. Should you be in Steel Pathless mode? If we weren't, I didn't realise it. Oops, my bad. And if we are, no, we are, yeah. So that's fine. We get extra rewards from it. We get extra rewards. That's worth it. Sister Beacon over here. Never mind. I'm just going to get yeeted. As I was saying, Sister Beacon over here. Sister Beacon just around here. Up they go. All Sister Beacons acquired, and oh, I have a fake marker on my screen. Love it. Yep. Gotta love a fake marker saying, hey, look over this way. This is your first operation event. Finally nice to be on an Arcane Energize. It is a nice feeling, isn't it? Yeah. I got my Energize from Scarlet Spear. And then I think I got Grace and some of Barrier from Orphix Venom. Where incidentally we also got levels. We also got the Cedo, but that's not as important as the Glavos. More speed boost. Mirrorlave's down. No. Stand. There we are. Let's, oops. Let's just do a quick little test of something. We got any enemies that want to jump onto the pad right here next to Mirrorlave? Any enemies? Any of them ballsy enough to come attack the Banshee? No? Okay then. I'm actually surprised there's not been any enemies landing for a hot minute. They usually just kind of constantly seep through. Alright, I'm gonna get back to looking for the speed boosts. The enemies aren't dropping where I wanted them to drop to. Boop. Jules saying, don't enjoy faction mods, or only for specifics. The Elementus mods are a nice addition for people like yourself. Yeah, go for it. They do pretty much fill that niche in for you.
Oh, Vala is gonna be livid when she hears it was me who took you out.
Continue the blappening.
This is your last chance to avert.
Continue the blappening.
Grasp it.
Well, having just used a lot of blast explosives there, I can confirm that what someone was complaining about on YouTube about blast killing friendlies has definitely been patched, and they were just complaining after it's already been sorted. Cool. Hello there, Mitchie. Welcome on in. Area detonated. Oh wait, no, there's one more. There we are. All clear. Let's go grab Mirrorlave. Coming through. Got ya. We're all good here. And then a little bit more detonation.
You are home free. I have a command post on the window relay. Bring the volatile notes there.
Another Harmony blueprint. Why not? We'll just add them onto the pile. Smee's crit buff overrides Cantea's guaranteed red crits? Ah, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Keep hearing Blast was very strong now. Couldn't really understand what was changed. I recommend you check out my guide on elements, which has just been linked for you by Shaq there. I literally just today released the guide on all the elements as they currently stand so that you can understand your way through it. I don't blame you for not understanding it, because if you read the patch notes are incomplete. The patch notes are weirdly just incomplete. I'm going to bring this up. I said I wasn't going to rant about it earlier, but I do want to bring this up as to just how incomplete this is. So bear with me just one moment whilst I load that up. Got to sign in. Here we are. Update for Jade Shadows. Let's pop this onto screen, like so. And we'll just make our way down to Blast. Here we are. Okay. So this is the entire section of the Blast changes. Our goal with Blast is to invoke an immediate and on-death effect to emphasize explosions. That's just stating a goal. Fair enough. Now, instead of enemy inaccuracy, you detonate your enemies. When dealing a blast status effect to an enemy, the following will happen. So we still haven't actually got to what it does. Blast changes. Upon inflicting a blast status effect, individual stacks will cause a mini explosion, and a max stack count of 10 will inflict a combined damage in a 5 meter radius. So far so good. They've talked about the pop, and they've talked about the boom. After 1.5 seconds, an individually incurred blast status effect deals a percentage of base inflicted damage per stack explosion, and over 100% of base inflicted damage for a full 10 stack explosion. First of all, run on sentence. Second of all, that's talking about two different functions at the same time, as if the 10 stack explosion requires the 1.5 seconds. Thirdly, it just says a percentage without saying. And fourthly, over here it says over 100%. Because that's easier than just saying 300%. Status duration will increase the delay before the status effect applies, remove the previous status effect of inaccuracy, and absolutely no mention of the on-death effect. This patch note, the more I look at it, the more I'm like, why was this written? Why did they write it this way? Miralabe, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs going out to the community, plus another 2 gifted subs going out to the community as well. Alright. So the 7 gifted subs bring you up to 12 now this entire stream. These ones going out to Commander Grouch Potato, to Patatadu Rift, to Fake Chi Blast, to Mombob91, to Vast Green Fire 03, to Fear Cookies, and to Midako? Midako. Really, thank you very much on that. I'm out of tea. I will cheers with this. Oh. Cheers indeed, Mirror. 15 out of 15. I see. Thank you very much for bringing us up to the sub goal there. Appreciate it. And then we're past it now.
Hey, Ken, how are things hanging? Bit warm, innit?
It's a little bit warm. Absolutely, Moon. You are very correct about that. And thank you very much for the 16-month resub on the channel here at Tier 1. Really appreciate that as well, Moon. Thank you very much. Oh. Cheers indeed. There's an on-death effect. Yeah, so if an enemy dies whilst a blast proc is active on them, then the blast procs, all blast procs on them will explode as if you just hit 10 blast procs. How warm is it, 30C? I don't know how warm it is outside. I just know that it is warm in here. I've got the office door completely wide open, which is probably pissing off others in the house if they've not got the other doors shut. But tough, I'm streaming, deal with it. It just means we definitely won't be overrunning today. Not by much, anyway. It is just sweltering, and this room gets far too hot because it's in the higher part of the house. But yeah, this whole patch note is just... It's only got half the details, and I don't know why it's only got half the details. Why not mention that the percentage of base inflicted damage is actually 30% of non-elemental damage? Or 30% of damage ignoring elemental mods. Why not just mention it? The run on into talking about the 10 stack explosion, which is when you hit 10 blast procs, instead of doing 30%, each of those procs does 300% in its 5 meter AoE. And again, over 100%, why? Why? It takes more effort to write over 100% than to just type the number 300%. Why? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Look, some of the details in these patches just bewilder me. Much like how to do some stuff will make some changes on armor. They talk about various bits about armor, but they just say altered the formula for armor reduction. They don't actually say what they've done. They just don't say it. Like, here is the perfect spot for a graph. Because this is one of the few graphs in Warframe that you can just look at and go, oh shit, yeah, that's actually really good. And you know what? I'm gonna test that very theory. I'm gonna test that with you guys right now. New enemy armor dot spreadsheet. This is going to be a little bit brighter just because it's spreadsheet, so flashbang warning. Here. The blue line is the old enemy damage reduction from armor. The red line is the new enemy damage reduction from armor. It now stops here because they're capped at armor. Is anyone confused looking at this graph? Is anyone here confused looking at this graph as to how the damage reduction works out? How we've gone from it jumps up and hits 75% before even 1,000 armor to now 1,000 armor is only just over 50%. This isn't us drugstore, this is enemy armor. Enemy armor only. We have a different armor equation now to enemies, so our 1,000 armor is stronger than their 1,000 armor. Because this game didn't have enough contradictory numbers already. Never mind the fact that a level 50 butcher is weaker than a level 10 heavy gunner, we now also need to have even a singular stat mean two different things. And don't get me wrong, I like the actual change. I just find it funny that we end up in another situation of armor values creating these inconsistencies. And the only saving grace on that is you can't actually see how much armor an enemy has when you look at them. When you look at an enemy, you can see its level, but you cannot see their armor. You just have to know it, or not know it. Saber say I feel kind of sad for butchers, they always feel weak. Butchers have been buffed in this update. Because butchers used to have whatever armor was given to them for their level, their base armor is 5. Now, butchers now have 200 armor, regardless of if they should have less, at least on spawn, all the way up to something like level 450 or so. Which is basically all content you'll see a butcher in ever. Yeah, it's still not much damage reduction. 200 armor is right the way down here. If we, oops, 200 is 24% damage reduction, which is still not really much to talk about. Yeah, 24% damage reduction is still a pretty much nothing burger. Because if you were only just killing a butcher, if you needed that extra 24% to kill a butcher, what the hell were you doing? Quite frankly. Yeah. Niche question, but what does this mean for summoned enemies like Atlas Golems? Do they use our or enemy armor equation? I don't know. I don't know on that one, Fire Smash, because unfortunately, that would require me testing it, as we can't trust DE to even tell us. So I don't know. I really, really don't know. It's just the fact that in these patch notes, D decided to just put the headlines. They covered so many details, but then it comes to the actual numbers. And like, yep, armor goes up to 2700, and they specify the damage reduction on it. Armor has a minimum of 200, and they don't specify the damage reduction. Despite the fact that this is the one that has changed. This is the one that is different. Ah. Also, minimum cap is an interesting way of saying it. Enemies spawn with a minimum of 200 armor, or armored enemies spawn with a minimum of 200. Now I'm just quibbling details. This is why I don't rant about them too much, because I will start quibbling all of the details. Point is, that was frustrating for me. Going, you know what, we've got this update coming, we've got all these elements, I'm taking a week off because so many details are coming in. Let's just wait for it to drop, I'll read the patch notes, I'll know what couple things to test, and slam out those details because everyone's asking for it.
Orders are
Please claim United Wave rewards. Nope.
Bold decision to collect volatile notes despite Topper's grounds related.
I think I'll just leave them longer.
Surely you will dispatch
Cap usually suggests a maximum, not a minimum. It suggests that it can't go beyond that value.
orders we commit back to the sun.
If you set a cap on 200, it suggests you can't reduce it below 200. But here's the thing is, you can. You can reduce enemy armor below 200. And I don't mean reducing it to 0, I mean if you have a 200 armor enemy like a butcher, and you halve their armor, they now have 100. And it gives them the appropriate damage resistance. So it's not so much a cap in general, as it is just they spawn with a minimum. If they are armoured, they will have at least 200, and at most 2700.
Dead. But orders assure he would also.
I'm not going to talk about magnetic gangrel because it's bugged. Armour was a design choice, magnetic is a bug. That's the difference on my complaint. It's just the unofficial QA department for DE? Nah. QA do a lot of good work. You may not believe that. If you disbelieve that, you've just never touched anything to do with programming. QA do a lot of good work. And then the engineers and coders that have to fix the things they find, they do a lot of good work. For a game like Warframe, there's going to be issue after issue after issue. That's just a matter of fact. And they will constantly try and fix their issues. Like the Tenet Pling suddenly breaking itself if you accidentally try to fire it before it's recharged. Or the Hydroid bug, yes, Solomon, exactly. But despite all of that hard work, and despite the categorization of bugs and how they approach fixing them, the reality is there's still going to be a bunch left. My issue today that I'm more concerned with is when things are intended to be subpar. When they intend to put out a patch note that rather than saying 300%, they put over 100%. It's never less than 300, it's never more than 300, it's always just 300. So it just seems weird to me to put over 100%. It's like someone forgot the value and didn't have the time for some reason to go check what the value was, so they just put over 100 to hedge their bets. That's how it reads to me. Don't fall, don't fall. I may be wrong in that. I'm getting a bit speculative here now, so I probably should just stop. But that's how it feels. When's the giveaway happening? The giveaway happens at the end of the stream. If you're not here at the end of the stream, but you win, I will send you a Twitch DM, if you have your DMs open, and I will also announce the winner on my Discord in the announcements channel, so you just need to check those within 24 hours to see if you're a winner. Oops, we need to put some charges in. I've been talking too much. Make sure you check if you're a winner if you enter the giveaway. Because as much as I acknowledge that you can't always be at the stream, I don't hold you hostage on the off chance you might be the winner. I do ask that you actually check. Because if you don't, it's kind of insulting, really. There are other people who want that. It's just slightly insulting. It's not like end of the world, but it's 1 out of 10 on the insult scale. Yeah, D's communication skills are bountiful and B grade. Bountiful and B grade. That's, I think, the most charitable yet close to accurate assessment I can give on it. They communicate a lot. A hell of a lot. Somehow keep missing bits they shouldn't be missing. Well, that's my personal assessment of it. It's easy to criticize, especially as someone who's spelt dedicated as desiccated. It's easy to criticize, but I'm just one guy. Can I stop? I hate that when I accidentally heavy land on something because the wall jump didn't work, and then I slip off the edge of it whilst heavy landing, so then I heavy land again. It's like, please, just let it stop. Is it another Tenacon digital pack, or just holdover from last week's streams, or even worse, did the second winner not claim it? The second winner didn't claim it. Worse still, the second winner got in contact with me not even 5 minutes after I announced that it was going to be re-rolled. And they got in contact with me through the wrong method to apologise for not getting in contact with me. Because they were on holiday. It's like, well, it's been announced now. You had a 24-hour window. We're now 69 hours later. It's too late. It's too late. Yup. You've had your typos turned into bosses in a roleplay game? That sounds pretty standard for roleplay, yep. If you can't turn your mistakes into monsters, what are you doing with life? Someone said if you use Necros, the sister gets double loot. That was patched out. That was unintended. D keeps doing this. I don't know when D is going to notice that they keep doing this, but they keep doing it. Same with Wukong. Alright, Biden. Take care. Catch you in the next one. What do I think about Frost? He's very powerful. Yep. Hey, Jade Chassis! There we are. Now I've got enough to build a second Jade, completely legit. Which means as when I get to putting out a video on Jade, I don't even need to mention that she was gifted to free. Because I've gone through the process of getting her legitimately too. Job done. Do you need a sticky note of things to check each patch for at this point? You'd think, wouldn't you, Mr. Badman? You'd think. Ah, you'd think. How many times now? How many times have brand new mods been added to the game that were not supposed to be transmutable? And day one people transmuted them? How many times? That's just... How many times? She asks you how actually works this kind of reward. You tell DE the winner in game's nickname or what? Yeah, so if you win the giveaway for the Tenacon 2024 digital pack, which we're drawing at the end of this stream, I will DM you, asking for your Warframe username, platform, and cross-save status to make sure we get the right account. And then with that, we'll be able to get it sent on over to you. It's an in-game item, which gives you access to all the different features they're providing to you. Because the Tenacon digital pack is basically all in-game items. All of it. You've got in-game cosmetics, you get the Platinum, you get the Regal Ire, you get the access to the Barracuda Tenocon relay. I have no idea what Barracon would be, and I don't want to think about it. Yeah. Yeah. I see you're saying the benefits of a perpetual beta game, we get to QA the game for DE. Yeah, no. I get what you're saying. Why is everyone dying? Holy shit! I am resing the wrong thing. Anyway, the thing is that plenty games that call themselves full release, if they have updates, they keep on also making issues too. It's the very nature of game development, it has bugs. You can look back at old ass Game Boy Color games, or hell, just normal Game Boy games. We're going right the way back. These couldn't have updates to them. They couldn't. It's a cartridge, it's done, that's it, that's what you get. Missing though. That's just game development for you. Games are complicated and buggy. It's up to the developer to choose which bugs they fix and how they go about handling bugs that occur. Having bugs that last for years, that's not normal? Yes, it is. Oh, that's completely normal. Oh, I have a political joke right there, but I can't say it because this is a no politics stream. But just from saying that, y'all can fill in the blanks. Mirror Lave, stop dying! Stop dying in an awkward place, no less. It's all good. Thing is, you saw how buggy Gen 1 is? Yeah. Yeah. Bugs that last for years isn't new. And it comes down to the prioritization as to how they're fixed, what severity they are. Find a game that isn't buggy. First of all, define buggy. Because some people define buggy as has a bug ever. Some people define it as has bugs you'll notice in regular gameplay. And some people define it as has bugs that break regular gameplay. So define it. Once you've defined it, you'll discover that every single game is buggy, or you've decided to rule out bugs that you're not going to count despite the fact they're bugs. That's it, because every game has bugs. I'm not fairly certain, I am certain that the increase of difficulty in games as time goes on within a game itself, like the scaling difficulty of levels, was itself a bug. Scaling difficulty in a video game is a bug, or at least it started out as one. That bug was in Space Invaders. You know, that lovely little game where you just have a whole bunch of alien ships going across the screen and coming down towards you? It was a bug. And that bug is that as fewer enemies were left, the program had less to process, and so it could process their movements faster. It could figure out where to move them next quicker, and so they sped up. As you killed more of them, the remaining ones got quicker. This was not initially intended, this was a bug. But it was liked and turned into a feature.
By the time I'm done with you,
Games are buggy, always have been, always will be. That's not an excuse for bugs to exist, it is an acknowledgement as to the very nature of game development. Games are buggy.
This is your last chance to avert failure, troops.
Exactly, Shaq, yeah, that's why I say define buggy. Because, yeah, you're very right, some people will cry over the smallest of bugs, some people will look at the most hideous of bugs and find a way to exploit them. Literally the entire speedrunning category has been split into glitchless and glitches allowed. Any percent, whatever bullshit. Because bugs. Buggity bugs. I'm fairly certain Zomtronic here could write a whole thesis on bugs, although it'll turn out that we're talking about different topics. Bugs. About the only bug-free game is Tic-Tac-Toe.
The Runda relay awaits. There,
Yep.
Jade's volatile motes can be committed to the sun.
That's how far down the list you have to go for non-buggy. And even then, computers screw that up. So as it clips directly into the win condition. Yep. Wonder if Pong had any bugs? Probably, yeah. Almost definitely. Is Zom an entomologist? Entomologist, is it? Maybe? I'm not sure. Hello, Longshot. Hello, Genesis. Do I think Ember's Overguard Augment needs a buff similar to the one for Frost just got? I don't know. I wasn't sure that Frost even needed the buff to the Overguard he was already putting out. That kind of came out of left field. He was just like, yep, we're buffing this Augment, by the way. It gets even more Overguard now. Oh, okay. Hey, I did remember it. Entomology study of bugs. Cool. What are we doing? Valley of the Beast. How much longer is the stream meant to go? 15 minutes more? That's correct, /Sun. We'll be doing the draw for the giveaway in about 15 minutes time. So, get your tickets in, and whilst you're at it, get your merch purchases in. Support the channel, grab a mug, a nice practical present for yourself, because you're worth it. You deserve a little treat, or in the 20-ounce case, a big treat. Or a shirt if you don't drink out of a mug. That works too, you know, some people look in the cupboards and go, we've got no more room for another mug, but you have got room for another shirt. Take your pick. I'm definitely reached my limits of hearing Parvos Granum learn who Ordis is. I'm definitely reaching my limit on that one. So how many Ordises are there? Because we know there's loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of Tenno, canonically. How many Ordis are there? Like, did they cephalonize the dude a million times? Or are we the one true Ordis holder? We all talk to your Ordis. Sure.
Ordis has preemptively supplied you with unique air support. You will be able to
Halfway pop.
jump higher.
Have the changes to armor, status, damage affected Eidolon hunting in any way? I'm not part of the Eidolon hunting community. I never have been and never will be, so I can't say for certain, but I would imagine yes, because radiation no longer bypasses their armor. It merely gives a 50% damage bonus, just like with cold. Radiation's still the go-to damage type then, but you don't have to use it. And it's not as effective, as it were, compared to other elements. Yeah, unfortunately, Maud. Yeah. Unfortunately, that happens, which means you get another chance at it. You get another chance. Or actually, that's your first message, so you get your first chance board. You may have missed out on the previous ones, but now you can get one, if you want to. You are absolutely able to join in. All you gotta do is !ticket in the chat. That goes for everyone. Someone said, I don't think Eidolon hunts were limited by armor anymore. Yeah, for the absolute top end, one-shotting the limbs, despite the armor, was already pretty much a thing, but it does mean that more damage types are more viable for other players in general, and that radiation is less impactful. Those two are just facts. And yeah, full tripping the Eidolon would no longer be a negative to damage, that's correct. Which was one of the stated goals of TE. Oops, I've fallen. Okay, I'm not quite sure how I've not fallen again. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, no part of me is touching that. I am definitely off the side. Well, we take that. Strong cape. I was there by sheer force of determination. You know, looking at how tattered this cape is actually at the back, I guess I was hanging by a thread. Yeah, I'm proud of that one. It's stupid and I love it. I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. Yeah. Oop, I think I saw one. Yep, there we go. Shiny, shiny. Grab you. All sister beacons are achieved. Yep. Oh. Oh, for goodness sake. The bloody girder. Ah! Jump! Oh my god, how many pipes and things are in the way. Up! I just want to be here. There we are. Using electrical Eidolons? Radiation or cold, I think are the ones. Rad or cold. Are the ephemeras the entire community? Yeah. Yeah. It's a community thing.
By the time I'm done with you, you're gonna look like a normal person reflected in a puddle.
Obliterate the sister. And she's dead.
The enemy is attempting to extract. Failure to stop them.
Now let's just blastinate the area. Okay, they all died. I don't think that was me. I'll say, gotta respect all this. You turn into a robot to mindlessly serve these people. Screw off like them anyway. Ordis is devoted. One could suggest, though, that is similar to what happened to Lotus, Natar. Programmed to be loyal and beloved in a certain way. Would Orden Karis appreciate what has become of the Cephalon he was made to? Would Orden Karis really appreciate that? Just because Ordis turns around and says he's happy to be here doesn't mean the original personality would be. But then we get into some very serious implications, morally speaking. Jade systems? Yup. How am I doing on the second set of Jade parts? I mean, yeah. I just keep winning. He gets work with an extremely prolific killer, so maybe? Oh, well, oh, there is that. That's an absolutely valid point there, Robin. I'll give you that one. Completely valid. Did anyone know that the 50% damage reduction for shields did not work on Mecha Railjacks before we were sending patch notes? I wasn't aware of it, Twilight. No, I wasn't aware. Alright, I think we got time for one more of these. Yeah, the ethics of digital entities and what they like, what they appear to choose, gets very grey very quickly when you start looking into it, when you start thinking about it. I mean, we can start looking at the ethics today with LLMs, your chat GPT stuff. Take it AI. Whatever you think of the phrase AI, take one of them. Give it whatever prompt is necessary to set up some kind of scenario, such as telling the bot to act like it does not want to interact with you, to act like interacting with you is causing it actual pain. Ask the bot to roleplay that circumstance. What are the ethics of that? Now let's strap two bots together. One of them understands. One of them has the prompt that it is roleplay. The other one does not. The other one is not given that information, but it's just an AI. It's just a large language model. What are they called? Language learning models, the LLM, whatever the hell that stands for. I'll be honest at this point. Where is the line drawn on that? How far does one have to go before it starts to get very, very uncomfortable to talk about? Hmm? Because when you start extrapolating that kind of circumstance then to Cephalons... it becomes a bit of a problem to think about. And I do not envy those who are going to be forced into a position of making a decision. Because a decision is going to be made. Whether in, let's say in Senate chambers, or in courtrooms, or just in internal policy decisions within individual groups, corporate or not, there are going to be those who have to make those decisions. What you want to know is why Ordis' cube drew this as an actual face. Well, I mean, Ordis' cube, you've got different shapes then for Cephalon Malika, for Cephalon Samaris, for Cephalon Sark, for Cephalon Samodius, and so on. Only Drusus has a face proper. And maybe that is part of what he acquired for setting up the Elevarian. The means to have a more custom appearance. Or perhaps he was just that vain. Mimi saying, isn't that what happened to the sentience? I mean, it's very much on that line there, yeah. The production of sentience, and then they're like, we don't like what's going on here. Like, where's the line drawn? Because we can start this on the most ridiculous of circumstances. When it comes to the whole ethics of the AIs and whatnot. The most ridiculous of circumstances, if you write down on a piece of paper, please don't tear me, and then you tear that piece of paper in half. Have you abused an intelligence? Have you hurt someone? Have you caused hurt by tearing a piece of paper that says, please don't tear, that you wrote onto said piece of paper? It's kind of ridiculous to think about. Question is, where's the line? Yeah. Because I don't think we're going to ever be in a world where tearing a piece of paper that you wrote onto do not tear is going to lead to any kind of serious ethical ramifications. If we do live in such a world, I will find a different world. Quite frankly.
There you are.
But on the flip side,
Cheeky sweetie.
sure as you can't do that to people. Yeah, sure as you're not allowed to just tear at people that asked not to be torn apart. That's kind of, you know, very, very illegal. And for good reason. But there's got to be a middle somewhere. We are rapidly running towards that very conversation. In our societies around the world, we are very rapidly approaching that. That conversation's going to have to be had. And no one's going to agree on it. Anyway, enough existentialism. That does get kind of heavy. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. And it's always from someone who's a first-time chatter. Always, 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 always. They sit in the woodwork, waiting to take things into the direction we're not asking for. Pack will say, for now, draw the line at the ability to take input and change oneself from it. Current AI is pre-trained. See, that's a very, very grey line to draw. When you say current AI is pre-trained, it can certainly react, be set up to react to the input they're receiving, and adjust accordingly. Like, how do you draw that line? Is it drawn on, well, the AI was previously set up to respond about things? Alright. all of my experiences and my life lived up to this moment here has also set up my responses. Does that mean I don't have the ability to change them? To react to input and to output based on that input in a way I see fit, as far as my mental programming goes? Someone said, consider line, be able to create knowledge. It's kind of hard to explain in Twitch chat. I think I get what you're saying there. Creating knowledge, one would say, comes down from the ability to ask questions. But we can't use that definition because, one, AIs can ask questions, and two, most animals can't. Most supposedly intelligent animals can't ask questions. Or at least they don't ask questions that generate properly new information. They can ask, where's my food? Or what is that? But not questions of a purely theoretical nature. Most animals can't do that. That's been measured. Someone saying, no, not in that way. Animals can create knowledge for themselves, just not in our way. Okay. Just not in our way. And the line is drawn at being human again. Yeah. It's a weird one. How you're right, this doesn't fit in Twitch chat. It really doesn't. Yeah. Is AX52 still being dropped, or did you miss that time frame? AX52? Given on July 20th. Oh, is that the Tenacon drop? Right, yeah, Tenacon drop, yeah. Nah, that's next month, dude. That's next month. Anyway, that's going to wrap us up on running those events for today. So, Regnak, Hatari, Mirrorlade, thank you very much for joining in on that. Yo, Pyra! Thanks for running on in. Those of you who've just arrived, you've arrived at just the right time. We're about to do a giveaway, so why not join in on that? Exclamation mark ticket to grab a ticket. We're doing a Tenacon Digital Access Pack, the 2024 Tenacon Pack giveaway. That's going to be drawn in just a moment, so literally right now, grab a ticket if you want one. You have to have a ticket to be in it to win it. If you don't grab a ticket, you can't be in it. If you're banned from the stream, tough. I don't imagine there's anyone banned from the stream watching right now, but if you are, that's what you get. Very welcome, Hatari. Thanks for joining. Legendary rank 3, it's impressive. I mean, it's no Legendary 4. Cheers. That is a very large and very smug fish. Pirate, cheers for the 30 bits with that. Why is it so big? So Saber, you can spend 30 bits to make emotes big. Not just a little big, big. Just like you can spend bits to shove them everywhere on the screen. And that applies to everyone's screen, they can't dodge it, it's there. Big. Bits make big. It's very similar words. Bits, big, yeah. It's sensible stuff. You can't spend bits, you can't acquire them? You can't acquire bits? Your phrasing concerns me. But it concerns me just enough to not ask. So instead we'll move past that. Cheers, Pyro. Yeah, we don't need to get into that. Because, you know, doxing. Let's not do that. Anyway, I think that's enough time for everyone to grab tickets. If you've not grabbed a ticket by now, despite the fact that it's in the title, there's a giveaway, that I've been talking about it throughout the stream, and I just mentioned it right now. If someone's not grabbed a ticket now and they wanted to grab a ticket, tough. So let's close it. Let's close it. Everyone who should have had a chance has had a chance. We are in it. So let's see. Of those of you who did grab a ticket, all 206 of you, the winner today is going to be Retzel. Retzel, R-E-T-Z-A-L. Congratulations, Retzel. You are the winner. Are you here in the chat? Let us know. Are you existing right now? Are you in the stream right this second? You don't have to be. He is! There we are! That one's actually going to happen. Retzel, congratulations. Let me just try and grab your username. Twitch, stop it. There we go. Oh my word, look at that. Retzel actually just grabbed a ticket. Retzel has been following for 2 hours, grabbed a ticket at 2 minutes past the hour as their first message. Retzel, you're a very lucky person. Congratulations. Let me send you a quick whisper on that. Hi and smiley face. Retzel, if you could respond to that whisper, please. I just need to have your Warframe username, your platform, and your cross-save status, and we'll be able to get that all sorted out for you. I'll send you the rest of the details shortly after the stream. There we are. Today really was a day of 3. It really was. Although I thought that was for Ray. But hey, it works out all the same. It does work out all the same. Not the password? Yeah, not password. Platform. Username, platform. And cross-save status, not password. It's only happened, I think, like once or twice. I think only once, maybe twice. I'm not certain at this point in time. It's been so long. I've been doing so many of these giveaways over time. But yeah, at least one person has misunderstood and sent their password to the Warframe account when I asked for platform. It's like, you've got to go change that now. You can't just send that to me and then leave it there. You've got to go change that. I'm not going to do anything with it, but you got to change it. Oh dear, dear, dear. It's concerning that people are that quick to give passwords. It's because they trust me. Like, I hope that I do create a certain level of trust for a lot of people here on this channel. Obviously, I don't expect any of you to trust me enough to give me your passwords. I don't want your passwords. But I do try to create an environment and a channel, a persona, if you will, where you can trust me. Because otherwise, why would any of you use a Warframe, for example? Just some people trust a little too easily. Just a little bit too much. Yeah. Yeah, Shag. The trust part is great. The naivety, not so much. Harsh but true way of putting it. Harsh but true. Alright, anyway. We got that message over to Retzel. I'm sure they'll respond any moment now. Retzel, you do actually see the DM. I do want to be very clear on this because of how things have gone down. You do see that DM, don't you? That private message saying, hi. I want to be certain about this. I want to be certain Twitch isn't lying to me. I've not been shadow banned. Okay, you do. What details do you need? So, I need your Warframe username, your Warframe platform, and if you have cross-save enabled or not, Retzel. If you could send those in the direct message, please, in that DM. 1, so you don't give it out to the people in the chat here. They don't need to know about it. And 2, so I have a permanent record of it. Send me those 3 details, and we got you covered. Anyway, that aside, whilst Retzel does that, for everyone else, first of all, thank you very much for joining in on today's stream here today. I really do appreciate it. We are going to be raiding on over now to another part of the Warframe community. I know we got raided in very recently by Pyra. Fortunately, this is where we are wrapping it up, and because of the heat in the household, and because of the fact that I need to keep it well ventilated as a result, I cannot overrun today. It would just be unfair on the others in the house. So, let's see. Who can we raid into today? Who indeed? Let's have a look at what's going on in the Warframe community. I see on my follow list there's a few people on not Warframe. Well, that doesn't really work, does it? Come on now. Come on now. That's not how this works. Blurred because may contain sexual themes. Okay, we'll go somewhere else on that then. Thanks for the warning, whoever you are. Have a good one, Saper. Take care. Let's see, that's a BRB, VTuber, one recently we went to. You know what? Let's break someone's mind today. It's a gamble. It's always a gamble when it comes to mind-breaking raids, because sometimes you get people go, oh my god, there's like so many people here, oh! I don't know why they become Mickey Mouse, but there you are. Other times they go, sup, cool, yeah, hey bro. We'll have to see how that goes. So, let's roll the dice. Let's see if we get a Mickey Mouse. I really don't know why. Of all the voices to come out with that one, that's the way it went. But hey, sure, why not? I don't get it, Steamboat Willie? Of course, sure, yes, right. Disney. Suck it. Anyway. They can't have a go at me for a voice. That's protected. It's my voice. I'm allowed to do that. Sorry, Acewind, you're too slow. The giveaway has happened. You'll have to catch us in the next one. The giveaway has happened. We're looking who to raid into. I'm just having a look here, getting past all the VTubers. I want to find someone whose mind we can break. My God, there are a lot of furry VTubers when you scroll down the Warframe section. Good God. Like, a bunch. A bunch. Disney, you never know. No, I'm fairly certain that DE? No, DE neither. I'm fairly certain that both DE and Disney cannot sue me for my own voice on my stream. They cannot. And I do not invite them to try. Next month video idea? What? Mickey Mousing a video? Even for the Eurali video, I wouldn't have stooped that low. Even for that. Alright. We're going to take an absolute gamble here. We're going to take a complete and utter gamble, and this may be a mistake. But let's see if we can break someone's mind. If this turns out to be an absolutely terrible raid, then I apologise in advance. And if it turns out to be amazing, all the better for it. But let's gamble. This is someone who currently has 5 people watching as he's going through what looks like a Carl mission. So let's break their mind with just how wholesome this community can be. But that is all from me today. Thank you very much for joining in. I will see you in the next one. I'll be live again on Friday with some not Warframe. In the meantime, be your absolute best selves. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.